Robert Half International, the oldest name in the business and 3 of the 5 failure modes. Mapping the litigation landscape of online hiring, one company at a time. This is part 11. Starting from a little before where I left off, because it bears repeating. Note lack of user experience reviews means talent is not a product that they sell, and job seekers are not a stakeholder that they serve. Both would mean user experience reviews would exist. So if they aren't delivering talent, and they aren't meeting the non-paying customer's needs on the employer's behalf, then what does the fee purchase? We would formally submit an employer purchases the offloading of responsibility at Robert Half. Robert Half sells the power of being the unilateral governor of a two-sided market without the perception of the stress of having to act like the person in charge. They sell ease. The employer does not have to manage the friction of sourcing, filtering, and cycling through the unplaced human majority and their data. Someone else absorbs that. Someone else manages those human beings through that process. The product is the employer never having to ask what that process looked like. Ease is the product for employers. The candidate's time, the screening calls, the preparation cycles, the interview attendance, the availability holding. This is what gets processed into the thing the employer is actually purchasing, which creates a structural problem. If ease is the product and candidates produce the ease, then the candidates are essential to revenue generation, but they are not the product being sold. And in Robert Half's documented architecture, they are also not the stakeholder being served. As we have noticed, to be a product or a stakeholder, user experience is required instrumentation of a vendor. A party that is required for revenue generation is not the product and is not the stakeholder, occupies exactly one structural category: an unpaid revenue generator. Not by accusation, by arithmetic. The candidate's presence in their system, preparation time, interview attendance, and availability are inputs Robert Half converts into the ease it sells. That conversion happens without compensation, without protection, without recourse, and without any designed mechanism to hold the platform accountable when the process fails them. The absence of job seeker user experience is not a gap in the product. It is what makes the margin possible. You save money on what you don't build. The candidate absorbs what Robert Half and its employer clients mutually agreed did not need to be provided.